So, during my games design degree, I had a lecturer who tried to say that there were only action and adventure games, and the only defining difference between the two was that adventure games had a story. Literally all of my classmates and I agreed that he had absolutely no idea what he was talking about. If you look on Steam, there are so many categories that it confuses me to high hell and back. Movies and books have a well-defined set of genres, mostly because they're a lot older as mediums, but I don't think that genres are really the exact same thing for movies and for games. I mean, story genres are the type of story, but game genres are both the type of story, if it even has one, and also the type of gameplay. Today I'm going to talk to you about game genres, ask some questions, and you're gonna listen because you clicked on this video on purpose and therefore only have yourself to blame. So, what are the generally agreed upon genres? Even the generally agreed upon genres have some disagreements, but I have made a list that I'm probably going to put on screen. And I made a list, and then my friend that I asked to help edit the script put a comment on it. So that's how that's going. Why are they so hard to agree upon? I think that genres are hard to agree on because of the fact that rather frequently games can fit into more than one category. Like, you can have strategic RPGs with dating sim elements, or fighting games that could also count as party games, probably because there's no way to broadly define every game ever, like you can with movies and books. Plus, the fact of the matter is, there are trends in games and trendy genres of games. Like, battle royales have been a thing for a few years, and I remember seeing a weird Fortnite clothing that looked like a game show called Radical Heights. And now chaotic co-op horror games are a thing, like your lethal companies and your content warnings. An example I was provided by my slime-based friend is Dave the Diver. It looks like an indie game, right? I've only seen other people stream it, and it definitely has the feeling that it was developed by some person in their house. But it was actually made by a subsidiary of Nexon, who made MapleStory. You can pick up a romance book and assume 2 or more people will fall in love, and you can pick 2 horror games and assume something spooky will happen, but that won't accurately describe how those 2 games will play. You can look at Resident Evil and Doki Doki Literature Club and accurately say they're both horror games, but they play completely differently and have wildly different stories. I'd apologize for spoiling Doki Doki Literature Club is a horror game, but also you can't look at anything up about it without seeing spoilers, so I'm not actually sorry, I guess. Roguelikes. So I remember during the course of my degree I was shown a bit of Rogue. Then I saw someone play Rogue Legacy and my thought was, that doesn't look anything like Rogue. I keep seeing people call games roguelikes, and then they look more like Metroidvanias to me. I decided to buy and play the original Rogue on Steam, and after killing a lot of kestrels and emus for some reason, I'd argue that the original Rogue has more in common with your Persona 3s, or to my understanding, the Mystery Dungeon series than with your Metroids and your Castlevanias. For one thing, it's a randomized top-down view dungeon made only with alphanumeric and special characters because it was made before graphical user interfaces were really a thing. Google's listed release date is 1980. So I genuinely have no idea how the current roguelike genre got its name. If you have an answer for me, I'd love to hear it because I'm confused. Everything crosses over with each other these days, so it's hard to categorize anything. It's so hard to agree on any solid list of genres. I had so much trouble coming up with the list of generally agreed upon genres because there are even more than that and they all cross over with each other, further muddying the waters. Like, even my definition of the RPG genre is so generic that almost every game could be put in there. Sometimes you even get the where the fuck would you put this games? It's like a big ever-changing blobby Venn diagram, but the circles are squirming everywhere and it's kind of gross imagery. As an example, I personally call Stardew Valley a farming and farm management game with dating sim and RPG elements, but I'm sure there are people out there who would disagree with that assessment as well. It's a shame there doesn't seem to be a centralized, agreed upon categorization system. You can walk into a bookshop and everything is sorted by genre, but if you walk into game, everything is sorted by console and then by popularity on one shelf and alphabetically on the other. Everything's a lot more nebulous. And don't even talk to me about walking simulators or I will cry. Where would you even put walking simulators? So, in conclusion, game genres are kind of fascinating to me. It's like putting several pairs of wired earphones that are very similar looking in my bag, and now I just have a big ball of wires that I can't untangle, and I can't tell what wire belongs to which headphone, and I think the big tangle ball is expanding somehow, and that metaphor was going somewhere. I don't know where it was going. I don't know why I wrote that. I lost my train of thought at the end. I'm sorry I couldn't really come to a firm, conclusion, but I'd like to hope it's something to think on and perhaps even gasp. Dramatic gasp. Let's have a conversation on it. Anyway, please like, subscribe, and follow. I want to make more videos. I quit my job, my day job, because it was ruining my mental health. So if you wanted to help me on my way to getting monetized on the YouTubes, that would be very helpful and nice. And don't forget to follow me on Twitch and Twitter. Anyway, I'm tired. Bye.